I hope I come first. That's the whole purpose of getting on the track, and that's the reason why we race. That's what I'm aiming for.
Standard modified cars, a 2K track, 14 turns, the ASR Cup puts amateur racers on the track for a high-speed automotive battle for first place. It's all going down at the Tianman circuit. It's fast, it's dangerous, and it's open to anyone who loves to race.
Normally, foreigners in China cannot race in the CDCC series. Basically, some of the guys, they say, Pascal, can I start racing? So I say, why not? So basically, on the request of a bunch of good friends, I started a series. Actually, they started a series like this, just somehow take over by himself. Everybody can come and give a try. We gladly give a chance to everybody.
I actually helped to start this series about 4 years ago. I had another race car, but there was no one to race against. So I told Pascal, let's all get the same car and get such a guys together and start a series. So actually Pascal and I started this series many years ago.
ASR Racing pits amateur drivers in standardized cars on a 2-kilometer track with 14 bends. It's a motorsport that tests the driver's skills rather than the skills of the engineers and designers, which is perfect for the name ASR, the art of speed racing. For an annual fee of 50,000 RMB, you get a car and access to the track. But to take home the crown, you'll need serious skills. A modified track brings new hairpin turns to untested drivers going neck to neck at high speeds in close range.
Today's the first time we've gone backwards. So today is the first time I've ever driven the course a different way. So today's something new.
温的赛道的确是就速度很快，它有个急的一个变道，感觉非常考验每一个车手的对车的把握和控制能力。
They say it's a private race, and then we go out and we find out they completely reverse the whole track. It's so fun.
Like any race, a certain amount of risk is inevitable. Crashes and collisions are pretty common, but each car has undergone significant reconstruction to make them as safe as possible, keeping the driver out of harm's way.
Well, since 2009, we'd have a couple of big crashes, but no one ever got hurt. The chassis is reinforced. There is a pretty much special roll cage built in. Every time my mechanics come, check up with the safety belts, because we don't want that happens that someone, get hurt. So we are sure for each driver personally that,
因为你在平时驾驶当中，你会知道有些速度你刹车你是刹得住的。自从在赛道上开了以后，你会清楚的知道，有些速度你是根本刹不住车，车是救不回来的，在一定速度之下，所以说更加让自己体会到安全驾驶是非常重要的一部分。
It makes me much more safety conscious, and if you want to drive fast and if you want to race, come to the racetrack where it's safer. Everybody going the same direction, and you learn to drive better, you learn to drive safer.
Open to amateur drivers from all walks of life, the race has brought like-minded individuals together all under a common passion to go fast.
Well, I've always liked cars ever since I was a kid, and a few years ago I found ASR Racing, and I wanted to get some advice from Pascal on cars, and he had this idea of doing this race. I find it very interesting. It's got people from all different ages, all different nationalities, all different walks of life, and we can get together and share a hobby together, and we learn from each other.
Everyone needs a hobby. I have lots of friends that like to race, and most of us all have real jobs, but we all wish sometime we could be a race car driver. So this is how we fulfill our dreams, so to speak. Yeah.
A qualifying race in 2 rounds, all under the supervision of a pace car, keeps the race fair and balanced. But to win, you need far more than just speed. Technique and tact are paramount if you want to make it to the front.
The guy who won the race is very fast. Our cars, actually, they put some extra weight in the cars to slow them down, to penalize me for being so successful. So the first 2 or 3 cars get some weight to slow them down, so the race becomes more even. It's part of the rules.
For the winner, like many of the drivers today, the ASR Cup is a rare opportunity to really drive.
I was introduced by a friend of mine, and I always wanted to drive race cars, but I never had a chance to do it. I'm not allowed to drive on the public roads in China, so my company doesn't allow it. So this is the only opportunity that I can drive actually in China. So it makes up for it, definitely.
ASR holds a series of competition each year, giving amateur drivers a chance to test their skills on the track. So if you like to go fast, make your way to the circuit and put the pedal to the metal.